Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, West Texas Smoking and Stuff. Today we're going to be making some smoked burgers. We're going to have some bacon and cheese on them as well. Hope you like everything. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. So we're going to use some ground beef. I use a mix of 75% and 93%. Obviously some bacon, some chorizo, just for more flavoring. I always like to put some egg in it as well. I find that it holds the meat a little better together while it's cooking. I always throw onions as well, chopped onions, and then some cheese at the very end. Melts real nice on top. My seasoning, I make my own, just simple salt, black pepper, garlic powder, and a little bit of steakhouse onion burger flavoring. It's pretty good flavor on that. So real simple, nothing too crazy. And then, you know, once the burger's out, you always gotta have some avocados. Definitely like me some chile, so I always put me some jalapenos and some serranos on there as well. So first what we're gonna do is get seasoning our meat. Gonna put some salt in there. We grind it up, obviously to your taste, but there's no right or wrong. Obviously some people pellets are a little different. Mine, it's really up to you. Some pepper as well. After this we're gonna throw some garlic powder, some egg, get it all nice and mixed up with those onions, and get it going to your flavoring. So yeah, like I said, we're gonna put some egg. Definitely gotta scramble it up. Once you got it a little scrambled, gonna get that in mixed as well. Every now and then I like to throw a little Worcestershire sauce in the meat. Unfortunately, I was out and didn't have any, so that's why it's not part of the ingredients today, but usually it would be. But like I said, get that in there. Sometimes if you want, you have that as well. Now here's my fave. You can never go wrong with some chorizo. It's good for breakfast, it's good for lunch, it's good by itself, it's good with jalapenos and onions, it's good with cheese on its own. But here we're gonna tear some pieces of it and mix it in with our meat and our onions, a little bit of salt, pepper, garlic, and just let it cook itself inside the beef. So now we're gonna go ahead and get a good mix on all this. Mix it up. Once you see everything's got a good mix, we're gonna go ahead and get everything ready to start making some patties. I got a nice little trick for making some patties that you're all gonna love. So today we're gonna be using some small buns with our burgers. What I like to do is get the top of a Jiffy type peanut butter and use that. Use the large can or large tub, and that makes the perfect size burger. Fill it up, push it down, and everything comes out perfect. You'll see right at the end, it's the perfect size for the meat. It's got a nice thickness and holds everything together real nice inside. Boom! How about that? There's obviously different types of things you could use to make a nice size patty. Some people just make it by hand. I like to make them all the same size because it helps when you're smoking to make sure that everything's the same size. That way when you're ready to pull one off and you know it's ready, everything else is done because everything cooked the same since everything was the same size. If you've got different size patties, some will be done a bit sooner, some will be done later. This helps keep everything organized. So with everything, we were able to make about almost 16 patties. The last one came out pretty small. We're not going to go ahead and use that one, but I got 15 patties. I got me some avocados, leftover onions, my jalapenos are ready, and the cheese and the bacon. So we're going to go ahead and get that slapped on and head over to the grill pretty soon. So you see, you got everything ready, and we'll get going. Once the burgers are set, we'll throw that cheese on. And for those that like extra onions, we got a little left over. So today we're going to be using my Pit Boss tabletop pellet grill once again. I like it because it's real nice in size. It's not too big. You don't have a lot to clean afterwards. It's got real nice controls, and it's going to fit all 15 burgers just perfectly. We're going to set it to a high temp. That temp is going to help me clean it from my last smoke. It literally lets me just burn everything off. Once it's got a nice heat, I can scrape it off. And you'll see right here, you got the little grates pretty dirty from the last smoke. Before we throw those burgers on, you'll see them real nice and clean. Make sure our pellets are good to go. Got plenty in there for a good smoke, and you got your little reservoir on the right. We're gonna get that covered with foil. Always cover it with foil because it makes for an easy cleanup. So now that we've got our grill all the way heated up, you'll see that I've already lowered the temperature and I've cleaned those grates. They're back normal clean. Smoke is coming out real nice and white like we like it. Got the foil ready. I've lowered the temperature to about 250, so it's still cooling down, but we got the smoke coming out just like we like it. You can see that in the foil, you got that black liquid from everything that cleaned out inside, and we're getting these burgers slammed on now. We're gonna get them set real nice, and you'll see that we, on this tabletop, although it looks small, we were able to fit all 15 burgers with all the jalapenos and serrano peppers. So we've got our temperature set to 225. I'm gonna let it cook slower, but you see we got all 15 burgers on. They fit real nice. 9 on the bottom, 6 in the top grate. Threw our jalapenos in there so they can smoke as well. We're gonna let this smoke for a while. I can't really say a time because you don't cook to time, you cook to temperature. If not temperature, obviously you can get a piece of meat and slice it open, but there you go, and make sure when you're smoking, you always got your beer ready to go. So here we've had our burgers on for about 45 minutes, smoking at 250. You can see they've got a nice color already. That smoke's coming. The bacon's starting to darken up a bit. But we're gonna leave this closed. We don't obviously want to be opening and closing it. It lets the heat out, but we got a nice temperature going, so we're gonna let it continue doing its thing. Just let it do its thing. So here we're about 90 minutes in, and I've kicked the temperature up to about 300. You can see it holds real steady, but it's because now that I have the color on the outside, I want to make sure the inside is cooked. So we've got a real nice color on the outside. You're gonna see a real nice smokery when we get inside. We just want that bacon to, darken up a little. And we're gonna get some cheese going as well, so that melts on top for us real nice. It's gonna get a little melty, it's gonna get a little burnt, it kind of chars on top, and get you some good cooking. So you can see our temperature holds real nice at the temperature we set at 300. But you can see that cheese on top is already melted. It's getting real nice and melted. It's going to char up a little for us. You can see some brown spots on top, and our jalapenos are starting to wrinkle up a bit. It's exactly the way we want them. They don't have to get too dark. It's really up to you how you like them. So we're about 2 hours in, and I picked the temperature up to 350 just because I want that cheese on top to char. You can see it's gotten darker. That means just about where we want it. We're getting ready to take these bad boys off the grill and get them inside and get to making our burgers and show you that nice smoke ring we were able to get. So we're going to cut into one of our pieces of meat, just give you a little preview of exactly what the smoker does. Essentially on the outside, you're getting yourself a nice little smoke ring on your meat. That red around the meat is exactly what the smoke does to it. The longer you smoke it, the bigger red you get. But that's essentially what it's going to be. Right here, we're going to go ahead and prep my burger. I like to toast my bread in the toaster, so I got a little crunch on it. I'm going to go ahead and get it lined up with some mayonnaise. Obviously, you can put what you want on it, bring all the goodies out, but I've got mayonnaise. I'm gonna go ahead and slap some mustard on there, some lettuce, some avocados, some homemade green chili, and then obviously my bacon cheeseburger. Gotta make sure you get enough avocado on there. Unfortunately, I wasn't making mine, someone else made it for me. But if it were me, I'd have slapped about 10, 12 slices of avocado on there, not just about 5. But, no harm done. Now, I know you guys saw me smoking some jalapenos and serrano peppers, but you can never go wrong with more chili on a burger. I've got some homemade salsa here, made basically with the same stuff. Serrano peppers, jalapenos, onions, tomatoes, blended it. There's some salt and garlic in there for flavor and got it going. So here it is, guys. Big test, see how it came out. Big crunch right there. You always gotta stroke the beard. Make sure you let that hit your palate. Couldn't even say how good it was. Had to get my second bite in. Just like my sister. You guys gotta try it too. Get some. Now go make your own.